If your goal is to get to 10K a month as a producer and you're still selling beats, something is wrong with you. My name is Antar, I'm a gold certified music producer. And after I realized placements pay you shit and you can literally be a platinum producer and be broke, I realized that I have to start building my own business as a producer. And this is how I helped myself get to multiple 5 figures a month. Other producers get to 10K, 15K, 30K, 6K a month. If you're still selling beats in the old fashioned way where you're posting consistently on YouTube, or you're reaching out to artists selling leases, brother, sister, there is an easier path for you to get to 10K a month. I don't even think you can get to 10K a month from selling leases unless you have a massive YouTube channel, but that's besides the point. So let's get started. How do you actually get to 10K a month as a music producer? Now, I've written down notes because I genuinely do not want to forget any specific value that I'm going to give to you right now. You want to sell high ticket offers. Let's say Big Antar is not a producer, he's a fitness trainer. If I wanted to sell fitness, do you think I'm gonna tell people work out more and eat less? Fuck no. I'm gonna sell the person, not the product. I help natural pregnancy women get their abs back in 6 weeks. That's an offer I can charge fucking $5,000 for, if I may please. Why? Because I'm selling the person. How do you apply that to the music industry? One of my producers by the name of Donnie, who came in the inner circle, and he felt a lot of guilt about selling to artists, toting guns, talking about all kinds of low frequencies, let's just say that. And he told me, Antar, I'm like, I got into religion a lot more because of you. I don't want to sell to artists. And he expected me to scold him. He expected me to just get mad or get pissed at him. And frankly, I respect it. I genuinely respect it. And I'm like, yeah, no, let's just change the packaging of your offer. He was like, what do you mean? We're only gonna sell to non-secular artists, Donnie. You're only gonna sell to artists that make Christian, God-loving music. So the only thing that we tweaked was the packaging. Now, what is packaging? Packaging is, we're all selling beats at the end of the day. Like, deep down, there's nothing new under the sun. It's either beats, mixing, post-productions, hella revisions. So what is packaging? Packaging is, number one, excuse my handwriting by the way, positioning, and second is your messaging. And now this will get a little bit technical, so stay with me. Positioning is who you are. Are you an influencer? Are you a producer who's funny on your Instagram reels? A Russian producer who cold messages everybody and hopes to make $100 sales? Or are you an expert, or somebody of integrity? And by the way, your positioning, you must be an authority. That's the end goal. Authority doesn't come from placements at all. It comes from you clearly describing the artist's problem in your content. For example, Donnie, I'm gonna post one of his reels here. He blew up because he's talking about specific pain points that qualified artists that he wants to work with are going through. Let's say I am a non-secular artist. A lot of people call me corny. That's a problem. If I make a video on that, I'm helping the artist overcome himself and trust himself enough that, bro, there's a lot of people that want to make music for God, a lot of positive music, that it doesn't have to entail all the negativity. If you don't have placements, if you don't have a massive type B channel, you can manufacture your authority by knowing exactly who you sell to, which is your ideal artist profile or your ideal client profile. If you're also a producer who wants to sell to other producers, you want to genuinely know who you're selling to. And then for the fitness example, a pregnant woman for Donnie, a non-secular artist for you, who is the artist that you would love to work with. And if you can think it, that artist exists. The big objection that Donnie used to give me when we worked one-on-one, he was like, Antar, I don't know if there's people like that. I don't know if there's artists that would buy from me. Like, I don't know how we can find these Christian artists. And now he just genuinely, he can't even go through all his DMs. Now, messaging. This is where you fucking print. This is when you never have to worry about money again, because you're so specific and your messaging keeps getting honed in with every sales call, with every video. One thing that I suggest you do, if you're a producer who actually watches my video and implements every single strategy that I give, put your Fathom call recordings into Claude and ask it to give you your ideal artist profile and the common artist problems that your artists go through. So let's say, for example, you're selling to 50 artists. You plug all these sales calls recording into Claude and ask it to give content ideas and specific pain points that you can use and leverage in your content in order to manufacture authority. This would be an excellent prompt to give you qualified artists. So your messaging will always change. Marketing, messaging, notice it's a verb because this shit always changes. Business is not an A to B. It's not A, B. It's not black and white. It's not 0 to 100. It's in between. It's in the process. Life is always in the process. Life is always in the process between you watching this video and you deciding if you're going to implement it or not. You going on a walk with your mom, with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your family. These small things, these are what life happens. Business is life, business is personal. Not to get very philosophical, but I love that shit. And there's a specific rule in marketing, which is the rule of 3X, which market to people 3X your offer. What the fuck does that mean at all? If my offer is suitable for an artist who's at 30,000 monthly listeners, because I'm not gonna run ads for them. I'm not that good at organic content just yet. And I only can help them with production, this and that. In my content, I will always talk to 100K monthly listeners. That's it. If you're an artist at 100K monthly listeners, good job, but you frankly got comfortable. And this is exactly how to get out of the 100K monthly listeners goal. If you're an artist who's been locked in with a producer, congrats, you've done step one of actually making it into music. Now here's exactly how to guide your producer into making the sound that you want, not the sound that he wants. And now my marketing is totally catered towards 100,000 monthly listener artists, because if I market towards the big dogs, the small dogs who want to be like the big dogs just view me as authority. And this is what I help out my inner circle clients with, which is not to sell to everybody, but how do you sell to people that can afford your project? I have a client by the name of Andrew. He was talking to me. He got in like a little over 20 days ago.
I know when I said the total was going to be 5K, her eyes was fucking lights up and like zero objection. I was like, all right, how did you like to proceed? I was like, she was like, can I write you a check? I was like, well, that works. Do you have like PayPal? Do you have Zelle? And she's like, yeah, I'll do PayPal. And I just collect it right there.
So you closed your first 2 deals.
Total is 6.5.
6.5 from the first 2 fucking calls. He closed a $5,000 deal. Why? Because we were very specific about the person that he's gonna sell to. It's not about beats, it's not about songwriting in his situation. He's a songwriter who also makes beats, which we incorporated that. His identity and the way that he helps people believe in themselves. I step into his world like, brother, that thing that you have, we need to market that. You change an artist's identity, which is more expensive than any beat that you can ever offer. And now I'm gonna explain something very critical for you to understand of how you're gonna get to 10K. 3 things that you're gonna focus on. But before we do that, you gotta realize this. Most artists are human beings. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in their future. They don't have clear goals. They don't know how to get better at music. They think this shit is luck. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know content. They don't know music. They don't know production. They don't know music theory. I can go on and on and on and on. You as a producer, you know way more about music than the artist that you talk to. All they want to do is just make music to impress a girl, or make music to maybe get a label deal, or just make music to feel significant. So the whole point of what I'm trying to say is all sales processes work the same principles. Natural selling styles since the 1980s, persuasive, NEPQ, NLP. These are all sales tactics, and this is what I help my inner circle clients with, and actual sales principles that we apply. Every offer, depending on your packaging and your positioning and messaging, your sales process needs to be congruent, following the same principles, but different wording and different voicing. Let's say, for example, Donnie, who works with non-secular artists. His objection handling is gonna be a little bit softer, a little bit more analogies from the Bible. Faith without works is dead, because it's congruent with who he is as a person and congruent with his messaging. Andrew, for example, his process is gonna be more directly towards the pitch. Instead of like going deep into discovery, it's gonna be faster towards the pitch. Your tactic on the sales call with this artist might change depending on your offer, your positioning, and your messaging. If you're a big producer, like if you're certified like me, obviously you do not need to jump ropes to tell them like, hey, you can make a hit. But if you're somebody who's upcoming, or somebody who has a massive YouTube channel, type B channel, the process will be a little bit different. Maybe the discovery doesn't need that much depth, or maybe your offer is a lot of objection handling, since your offer is directly correlated with marketing. And a lot of artists don't believe that they can control their own marketing and they can control the amount of views that you get. So you must be great at objection handling in order for you to sell. Depending on your packaging and your positioning and your messaging, sales process will change, and the way that you sell to these artists is gonna change massively. We're all following the same principles, but figure out the offer that you're selling. What is the tactic that works for you? And if you need any extra help with that, you can find any of the links down below. You can book in a call with my team and see how we can possibly help you build your own funnel. That way artists are pre-sold before they even talk to you, and essentially build your own sales process A to Z, which is way more in depth. Like if you think this shit is a lot, this is only like 20% honest to God of what we can do together when we work one-on-one. I digress. I want to end this by saying your producer business consists of three things: marketing, sales, and fulfillment. Marketing is the amount of leads that you're getting and the quality of leads, which is not, oh, I get amazing artists or I get broke artists. It's like, how many qualified artists are you getting? Depending on the specific words that you use in your marketing, depending on a lot of things, you need to improve your marketing so you can, step two, sales, your sales become a lot easier and you get better. It's not enough that you get qualified artists. What if you get a qualified artist and you're just scared to sell somebody who's actually willing to invest in you? You do not need to be a bigger producer than he is as an artist to sell them. Or even if you're a bigger producer, figure it out. Because like you're in a position that they've never really seen what you saw. And lastly is gonna be fulfillment, which is your ability to make great music and serve your artists. A lot of producers focus on getting their sound better, fine-tuning the shit. But you can go to the nearest grocery shop. How many 10 out of 10 products do you see? Barely any. They don't give a fuck about your health. But all they care about is the marketing and sales. Why? Because they want to make the most money. Because they realize that the biggest differentiator for you as a producer, you as a business, to making the most amount of money is not the fulfillment. It's the way that you market yourself and your sales process. Now, if you want to be in the game for a while and you actually want to never run out of money, never worry about money as a producer again, and never run out of artists to work with, and never run out of testimonials of artists that you work with, focus on fulfillment. You would think this is an obvious answer, and this is like very obvious. Like if you get paid $2,000 or $5,000, you would focus on the fulfillment. A lot of people are lazy as shit. I've been in sales. I was at a company collecting $500,000 every single month. People are genuinely lazy. They want to get the most with the least amount of effort. There's zero competition. Like people want to make the money and fuck off to a club or just go on with the regular life, not caring for the person or the client they used to work with. Me, when I was first starting out, if somebody paid me anything, I would go to the moon and beyond to fulfill them. Like, brother, I would do this for free. I'm genuine. Like, thank you for even trusting me to make a song with you. Like, what the fuck? You want to pay me $2,000, brother? Come, like. That was me. That was my belief system back then. Obviously, a lot of things changed. I'm thankful that I got so good at fulfillment because now every single person that I work with, whether a producer or artist, the most common pattern is, man, Antar changed my life. Antar changed my life. Antar changed my life. Why? Because for the longest while, for fucking 3 years, I didn't have anybody to show me the things that I'm showing you right now. I was just focused on making great music, helping out people as much as I can, possibly presenting the offer. I wasn't doing all the objection handling. I wasn't great at sales and at marketing. I had an idea of it, but I never really got over myself. And this is when you really gotta work on your identity. I was so worried about what my friends thought, about what I think of myself, and like, it was just a lot of fear. I had to overcome myself. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chop off all these parts of me in order for me to focus on marketing and sales and not be a puss and use fulfillment as an excuse that, oh, I just focus on the music and everything else will take care of itself. So if you really want to stay in the game for a while, you focus on fulfillment. But if you genuinely want to maximize money, focus on fulfillment, marketing, and sales. And this is what I help you out with. Other than that, realize this. All these things that I'm showing you right now, all of this is work. But remember, things only work out when you do.